Oh my gosh. With the pause on the tariffs, now we have China, you know, doing their big one right now. And they are exposing basically big money. They're exposing all the designers, they're exposing all the warehouses that, you know, all this. So this has taken an effect in the stock market. Let's talk about these Chinese designers though first.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. Three, they don't have any supply chain. They always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
When I tell you, I was saving up already to shop internationally, like go and travel and shop, like in Italy, but I'm gonna have to make the trip to China.
The bags come from China, but the leather comes from Nigeria. The bags are manufactured in China, but the leather, the exotic skins, the snake skin, the alligator, it comes from Kano, Nigeria.
I really do think she's so right in that we have to have a conversation about manufacturing in Africa and the propensity and the capability of artisanal talent in Africa. I say that as someone who has my own Made in Africa brand. So this is one of my bags and it is 100% completely made here in Dakar, Senegal. That is where I currently am with these beautiful tulips made by my artisans and everything.
That is so cool. Just wanted to share that one just really quick, just so that like we can also zoom out and see that there are other countries that also manufacture and work with other big suppliers and stuff like that.
This is why this bag from our factory only cost you 1,000 USD.
A Chinese content creator has claimed that many luxury fashion products are actually manufactured in China, then shipped to Europe to be rebranded and sold back to consumers at a hefty markup. The video shows that well-known brands such as Gucci, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Adidas, and Nike regularly manufacture their products in Chinese factories. The creators claim that up to 80% of Gucci products and 60% of Prada products originate in China, contradicting the image of European craftsmanship. These products are produced and shipped overseas, where they are relabeled as Made in Italy or Made in France, a move that increases the perceived value of the product. TikTok also points out the irony of consumers criticizing low-cost brands such as Shein and Temu for being cheap or low quality, when luxury goods often come from the same region. As the creator puts it, even wedding rings that cost as little as $2 to manufacture in China can retail for $2,000 when labeled as luxury goods. So could the luxury fashion product you're holding be adulterated?
It's so crazy. Like, I'm so glad that I'm not obsessed with like a name brand and all that stuff, because you can have that reasonably. I never understood it. They do got some witchcraft legitimately happening in Italy, and other places where designer brands were created or where they're housed or whatever. But business is business. They get that product. Let's get into some clothing brands, shall we?
Who are the suppliers of Zara in China? The supplier of Zara shoes is Yuanli Tong Shoes. The supplier of Zara Coat is Tongli Clothing and is also the OEM factory for H&M. And the supplier of Zara's knitwearing is Wanli Weaving. I'm Luna. Comment and let me know what other suppliers behind the big brand you want to know. Wholesalers, it's 2024 and you still don't know who are the suppliers behind Dior? Their knitwears and cardigans are from Beyond Garments from Hangzhou. Beyond Garments is also the supplier behind many luxury brands from America and Europe like Sandra, Maj, Versace. Second, most of the Dior's cosmetic products are actually produced by Taiho Group, which is also the supplier behind Lancôme and Loewe. Third, 24-hour packaging technology from Shenzhen provide exquisite packaging and bags for Dior. Of course, Dior has their own factories in many countries, supplies different products for them. If you want to know more about this part of the information, tell me in the comment section so I'll prepare for my next videos. I'm Luna, follow me for more China sourcing tips. Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Some of their yoga wears are actually from Xianglong Clothing and Huangqisheng Clothing. And guess what? Both factories located in Yiwu here. And these two factories also supply clothing for Fila and Under Armour. I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6. Crazy! And what's even better? The material and the craftsmanship are basically the same because they all come the same production line. See, this is why people come to China and looking for the OEM factory because they just can get the cheapest and best quality product from there and sell you, I don't know how much. Alright guys, if you want to know more about Lululemon or any other active wear brands, leave your message in the comment section. I'm Luna, your reliable sourcing partner.
Isn't that crazy? It's not really crazy, but it's like, duh. It literally says made in China on the tags.
Deadline on the TikTok ban was extended, and after that last one, we ain't getting another one. Not supposed to be getting $1 million game like this straight from the Chinese. Now, we knew in the back of our mind that the stuff they make at Nike costs way less than they were selling it for. But now it's right here in our faces. We got people like Luna Source in China, let's go ahead and call her Luna the Plug, that's putting us up on game. They're letting us know that everything coming from Yiwu, man. That Gucci, that Louis, that whatever you looking for, they making it over there. I swear, I always saw stuff about the pollution. Where you think the pollution came from? They pumping out product like it's nothing. Luna the Plug told me that Huayan is where you got all the leather stuff like shoes, handbags, jackets, and all that stuff that Gucci, Louis, Fendi, all that stuff is making. That's where you get them from. But keep in mind, these factories is wholesale. You are buying in bulk. You can't just get one shoe and think you're going to ship it over here. If it's not worth the hassle, they not going to ship it over here. But you can get a little boutique going for the low, honestly. Y'all better follow Luna the Plug.
Into this next video. I thought this video was funny.
For everybody that used to be mad at the girlies doing their DH Gate hauls, to the front, to the front. To the front, to the front. Listen, China been on TikTok exposing your favorite brands. All the Lulu girls with the Lulu on your butt, to the front. I've seen so many videos of these girls that be spending thousands of dollars, mad at girls that spend a good little $50, $60, $100 here and there for the exact same bag. And some of y'all be like, I can tell immediately. Can you? Can you? I'm sure even in the worlds of fakes, there are levels to this shit, right? But for years, we all know Nike has sweatshops. All of these other companies, they have sweatshops. And where do y'all think the sweatshops are? Y'all talking shit about Shein, but it's the same fucking quality as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Same factory. We've been saying it for years. It's coming from the same manufacturers. It's coming from the same manufacturers. And y'all are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is made in France. It's made in Beijing. They just take it over there right before it's finished, and they slap a little finishing touches on it and say, made in France. And y'all shell out thousands of dollars. And hey. Once again, I'm not against buying what you want, but this goes down to let people buy what they want. If someone wants the look of something, even if they like the look of the fucking logo and they said, but I ain't paying $12,000 for it, because it's not worth Sometimes I just want y'all to admit that y'all just like the name. Y'all just want the brand. Y'all just want people to think that you have money. You don't want it because it looks good, because a lot of times, a lot of y'all be throwing on designer from head to toe and look a fucking mess. Look a mess. Look a mess. Oh, you know how much this fit worth? I don't care. It look like shit. It look like shit. And I swear, sometimes I feel like these designers be doing this shit on purpose. They're like, look, we finna make the ugliest fucking outfit called $5,000. Watch, they gonna buy it. And y'all buy it. And y'all literally buy it. When Kanye dropped his hobo collection, y'all was, oh my God, this is so futuristic and amazing. Post-apocalyptic fashions. Y'all talk shit about people that wearing Skechers, but y'all got on them big ass, bulky ass, fucking Bottega shoes, walking around looking clunky with skinny jeans on, and then have the nerve to talk about, man, you know how much I put that shit on. China said, since y'all bitches want to play with us, we finna expose you hoes. DJ T done fucked up everybody. Like, all of these companies finna be hot. I know all of these fucking luxury brands is in a group chat right now. Like, get this bitch out of here. Get him out of here. He is fucking it up for everybody. And China also said, by the way, we're going to make it easy for you to get a visa to come over here for 10 days. And you can just come buy this shit tax-free. No tariff. Not for you, baby. Not for you, baby. They haggling like, I don't know if you've ever been to China. Well, I've never been to mainland China. I've only been to Hong Kong. But I'm sure it's, relatively same type of like, culture. And this is the haggling they be giving you. Like, listen, don't tariff. No tariff for you. No tariff for you, pretty girl. No tariff for you. Okay, don't even worry about it. Just come buy the bag. Come buy the bag. Listen, I've been. Okay, what's the street called? I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't been there. But there's this alley where they have all the designer stuff in Hong Kong. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
From the girls that, spend their hard-earned green on these illusions of purses and stuff. Let's see what they have to say.
I am about to crash out. Seriously, I'm crashing out. China, they on our ass. Let me tell you something. Y'all see all these damn bags that I have? Okay? These are the bags they're talking about. Like, I have a Birkin, a Fendi, a Louis. I've never even used this bag yet. A Chanel, Louis, Fendi, Chanel, Gucci, Louis. And you're telling me what I have spent on all these bags, I could have went to China and got them and not spent all this money? China, I'm coming. But let me just show you all the bags that I actually
That's enough of her, because it's the same stuff. And what's funny is, like, so she must have not believed the rumors. I don't know. I went to a Gucci store before, and I remember seeing the stuff and touching a Gucci scarf for the first time. I was like, this is like the beauty supply. Like, when your hands are dry and you can feel the fabric stick to your hand? It was exactly like that. And my hands wasn't even like ashy. It was just like polyester, like and polyamide on my hand. It was crazy. And it was like $200 something for that damn scarf. And I was like, this doesn't even feel like $200 something. Like, please. The girls who got into the fake bags, because duh. It's not even fake bags. Got into the straight from manufacturer bags. Now let's learn about what this is. Like, what this means for money, stocks, all that.
Chinese producers are all over social media right now, and they're exposing just who is targeted by Trump's tariffs. And it's not the American consumers, And it's not the Chinese producers. It's actually our international corporations who have sold out American prosperity for their own profits. Let me illustrate. Let's use this example at Nike. Now, these are fictitious numbers, just for example. But let's say that Nike buys shoes from this company that manufactures Nike shoes for $10 a Nike shoe, which isn't very far off. Nike turns around and sells that shoe at retail for $100. Here's the interesting part about tariffs. You're not paying tariffs on the retail price. This is not a tax in the classic sense. The way the economists who are bought and paid for are trying to conflate it as. It is a tax on the import. This means with a 25% tariff, Nike's going to have to pay $2.50 to the US government every time it imports a Nike shoe at $10. So this $2.50 gets remitted to the American government, to American citizens. Now Nike's cost $10 for the shoe, $2.50 for the import tax. This means they're netting $87 per shoe. Now that's net, not profit. There are going to be other costs that are going to have to come from that. But you can see that the increase in cost is $2.50. So let's say that Nike passes the entire cost onto the consumer, even a little more just because of the fear of tariffs. $103 a shoe now. That is the impact of a 25% tariff. So what the Chinese producers on TikTok are saying, instead of the American consumer buying it for $103, or let's just say that the company Nike eats all $2.50 of the tariff and still sells it for $100, you're way better off over here, paying directly to China, including the tariff, $12.50 a shoe plus shipping. So as you can see, the tariffs are not meant to hurt consumers. They're not meant to hurt China. They don't really affect China at all. They're meant to protect American industry. They're meant to protect Americans from their corporations who will sell them out for a profit. So if you look hard, you'll notice that the people who are screaming about how bad tariffs are for consumers, it's these companies right here. It's Wall Street. It's all the investors in these companies because they don't want American citizens to realize these companies have sold them out and that they're not doing Americans any favors.
Okay. And I really feel like because all these people who are the billionaires and the rich people are like in the market and all that, they speak in code. They make moves in code. And it's like, why he's saying that now? Why is that the plan now? And honestly, astrologically, because this is astro truth, okay? This is the age of Aquarius. This is the time where all the information, everything is coming to the light. What has been done in the dark is coming to the light. And that has to do with a lot of big corporations, secrecy, all the stuff, and stuff like that. And also just miracles happening. People turning $26 into $26,000. Things like this can also happen for regular, everyday people. And that was a part of this rabbit hole, because when he announced that pause on the 9, this girl said, I just made $30,000 in 6 minutes. And she was trading. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what the fuck. And this is how these big money people continue to make money as well too. Yeah, that's just my little about that. What happened in court?
Breaking news. You need to watch this.
How long is the pause? How many days?
I understand it's 90 days. I haven't spoken to the president since I've been in
So the trade representative hasn't spoken to the president of the United States about a global reordering of trade.
Yes, I have. I've just been in the hearing with you, sir.
But yet he announced it on a tweet? WTF? Who's in charge?
The president of the United States is in charge.
It looks like your boss just pulled the rug out. Just found out 3 seconds ago, sitting here, we saw you. You came here knowing that these tariffs were going to be turned off. Why didn't you include that in your opening statement?
Well, I don't disclose my conversations with the president, sir.
This is amateur hour. Did you know that this was happening?
We have been discussing it.
Is this market manipulation?
No.
Why not? If it was a plan, if it was always the plan, how is this not market manipulation?
It's not market manipulation, sir.
Well, then what is it? Because it sure is not a strategy.
We're trying to reset the global trade system.
That's
offshored all of our factories.
If it's not market manipulation, what is it? Who's benefiting? What billionaire just got richer? There are not even any Republicans left in this hearing. They all left. because they don't even want to defend this. But meanwhile, the Speaker is rushing to the floor to pass a budget reconciliation to screw America by passing the biggest tax cut in history on the backs of the American people. WTF!
This is crazy. This is insane. Like, what are you talking about? What? Market manipulation has been a thing since forever.
104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here. Never has an administration.
400% tariffs? What would that look like?
I want Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. This is not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough.
BS. Like, anyway, a comment on here says, they don't play by the rules, says a billionaire. Another comment on here says he doesn't speak for millions of Americans. He speaks for sharks like himself. His head is so big and he is so rich. He plays a part in like this world domination, money cycle kind of thing, and knows how money moves, knows how money feels, he understands the play field of all this. And I don't believe what he is saying. I don't believe what he's saying about $400 of what? So that more money can come into your pocket, so that 400 isn't really any, I don't even know. Talking about China is so cheap. Go somewhere else. Like the first video said, go somewhere else then, okay?
In case there was any question, markets hate tariffs. Exhibit A. This is the stock market today. All this happened early this morning. It was down, down, down. And then you're thinking, Lisa, what the hell happened right there? What caused it to skyrocket? I'll tell you. That upswing started right there at 1:18 p.m. Eastern, 10:18 a.m. Pacific. Guess what else happened at that exact same time? This is what happened at 10:18 a.m. Pacific, 1:18 p.m. Eastern. President Trump made that announcement that he was pulling back those reciprocal tariffs for 90 days. Literally, this happened at the exact same time, leading the market on a charge through the rest of the day, ending the day up almost 3,000 points. One day of gains is cool, but if you pull back and look at the month, this is what the chart looks like. And you're probably thinking, well, Lisa, what the hell happened right there? If you can see, that happened on April 2nd. Want to know what else happened on April 2nd? This is what happened on April 2nd. That was the day that President Trump had that Rose Garden ceremony and announced these kind reciprocal tariffs. And ever since that day, the market has been in a free fall. Then if you want to pull back and look at what's been happening with the stock market since January 21st, when Trump took office, you can see all good until those tariffs hit, which you can see that dramatic drop there. That's that April 2nd drop. And it has left the market in the red. After a week of saying he's not paying attention to the market as it was plummeting, President Trump finally today admitted that, yeah, he was looking at it, and the market nosedive that I just showed you contributed to his decision to pull back those reciprocal tariffs today.
Walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause.
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid. Even takes guts for our country to go through it. That's why I say be cool. They were saying about, see, just be cool. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. And it's working out. I can tell you, working out maybe faster than I thought. But I said it's going to take a little conditioning. It's a transition to. I think it's a transition to greatness.
We can hope for that transition, but we have a ways to go before we get there. And you have to understand that this kind of volatility is not good for American business. I'm talking about big business and small business. Businesses like certainty, and this turning on and off of the tariff light switch is the definition of uncertainty. Businesses make these buying decisions months and years in advance. And what the president has been doing, one day he says the tariffs are on and the next day he says they're off. How can these businesses make these buying decisions? Lots of them are just saying, I'm not going to do anything until I know exactly what's happening. And here's why that should matter to you. All of that uncertainty trickles down to higher costs for all of us, especially the longer this uncertainty continues. Now, what we know for sure is Chinese imports now have that 125% tariff. There are 25% tariffs on steel, aluminum, autos, and other items that don't fall under the USMCA trade deal with Mexico and Canada. And then there's 10% tariffs on everything else being imported from other countries. Trump says that more tariffs are coming on things like copper, lumber, semiconductors, and pharmaceutical products. And lastly, if no deals are made, all those reciprocal tariffs will be reinstated in 90 days. This is not over. So I guess we're just all going to have to wait and see what happens tomorrow and over the next few weeks.
The people in power, they got tricks, okay? They got some tricks. And we need to get smart. I've been hearing the spiritual community talk about learn you a skill, make your own, because yeah. And it's funny, all this stuff, it's like about consumerism, but it has nothing to do with these big corporations hiring wages, paying DoorDashers more, paying waitresses an actual livable wage, or whatever it is. Like, it's not talking about where the old money is and the old, the working class. Basically, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with consumerism. Okay? Crazy. I don't even talk like this. I don't even talk like this about stuff. But because this has to do with money and the future and how to get your foot in, get yours. I'm mad I'm like late, but also some people like to gatekeep and like mention shit to me. But thank God, I came across this. Round it out and just look at some more beautiful bags that are made in China.
Come with me to check out China's biggest luxury wholesaler. Thanks to President Trump's recent tariffs, Chinese manufacturers for luxury brands like Hermes, Chanel, LV, etc. are coming out of the woods and offering direct sale to us peasants and the US at a pinch of the price. When you walk in, they hand you gloves because the goods you're about to handle are still the same top quality. I've never seen so many Hermes bags lined up in front of me, let alone try every size and color on like I'm in Walmart. Best part is there's no sales assistant stalking you, no upsells, and you're only paying 20% of the price. These only range from $250 to $500. That's a steal. Manufacturers are exposing luxury brands for what the bags actually cost. Now that Donnie's pissed off the peasants, all hell's broken loose.
So crazy. So crazy. I want to go there. It looks cooler anyway.